Welcome to Christiana Pranayama, where the threefold path of mental, physical, and spiritual mastery intersects in occult asana practice. Today's yoga class is all about the second card in the major arcana, the Magician, which represents the power of manifestation and the infinite possibilities within you. We will be exploring these themes today with a guided meditation and yoga sequences based on the Magician. Later, we'll learn a pranayama technique for promoting mental focus, calming the nervous system, and enhancing respiratory efficiency. At the end of class, I'll challenge you with a question to ponder for the coming week, based on the Magician and the object he gifts you during our guided meditation. Grab a seat on your mat and let's get started. The Magician invites us to tap into our innate creativity and channel our energies towards new beginnings. Embrace the magic within yourself and embark on a journey of self-discovery, unlocking the potential to turn your dreams into reality. Let's open class with an Om to soothe our vagus nerve and activate our parasympathetic nervous system, followed by a few moments of silence to tap into our breath, into our bodies, into our mat, and into presence. Deep inhale in. Imagine yourself standing at the entrance of a beautiful garden labyrinth. The path in front of you is inviting, winding its way through vibrant greenery and blossoming flowers. Begin to walk the labyrinth, feeling the soft earth beneath your feet. As you navigate through the twists and turns, sense the magic in the air. The Magician card is coming to life, representing the power of manifestation and infinite possibilities within. Soon, you notice a door in the labyrinth's wall. Open it. Step through it, finding yourself in a magnificent garden adorned with red roses and white lilies. In the center stands the Magician, a master of transformation, poring over a richly carved wooden table. On this table, you see 4 objects: a staff, a cup, a disc, and a sword. Each represents a different element and aspect of your being. The Magician, now sensing your presence, invites you to choose one of these objects. Observe as one of the objects begins to glow with warmth, calling out to you. Pick it up, feel its energy, and tuck it away safely in your robe. This object is a gift from the Magician, and it's a symbol of the creative power within you. Express your gratitude to the Magician for this delightful gift, acknowledging the potential it holds for your journey. Take a moment to bask in the magic of the garden, surrounded by the fragrance of roses and lilies. Now, it's time to leave the garden. Carry the warmth and energy of your chosen object with you as a reminder of the infinite possibilities within. Walk back to the door, walk through it, close the door, and retrace your steps back through the labyrinth. Gradually, become aware of the present moment. Wiggle your fingers and toes, and flutter open the eyes. We'll begin with some Kundalini circles. Sitting in a comfortable seated position, grab hold of your knees and begin to rotate your spine in a clockwise manner. Inhaling as your chest is forward, exhaling as it rounds back. Keep going for a few more circles in a clockwise direction. And switch to a counterclockwise direction, still exhaling at the back when you round your spine and inhaling when your chest comes forward. Coming back to center, bring the soles of your feet together, knees splayed outward for bound angle pose. You can make it active by fluttering the knees, or passive by letting all the tension go into the mat. Whenever you're ready, pull yourself forward into a butterfly pose forward bend, Tadasana. Push yourself back up to a seat and open out your left leg, bringing your right heel in to your groin. You're going to bring your left arm down the side of your left leg, opening your right arm up to the ceiling, looking up if you can. If you have it in your practice, you can reach for your left toes with your right hand, or just hang out here, trying to open up the right side body. Beautiful. Come up a few inches and then rotate your torso so it's directly over that left leg and fold over the left leg for head to knee pose, Janu Shirsasana. Lengthen with an inhale, forward fold with an exhale. Using your hands, push yourself back up to a seat and bring your right foot onto the outside of your left knee for a half Lord of the Fishes pose. You can either hold on to your right knee with your left hand and twist backwards, or tuck your left elbow on the outside of the right knee. Look behind you with your eyeballs as far as you can, inhaling to lengthen, exhaling to twist just a little bit more. Beautiful, let that go, slight counter twist. And we'll repeat all of that onto the other side, moving into a butterfly pose, fluttering the legs out just a little bit. And then forward folding for a moment. Great, push back up into a seated position, opening your right leg out to the side, bringing your left heel into your groin. And then you're going to bring your right arm onto the inside of that right leg for revolved head to knee pose. If you have it in your practice, you can try and touch your right toes with your left hand, grabbing onto those left toes. Breathe into the left side body. Beautiful. Coming up a few inches, rotate your torso so that it's directly on top of your leg and forward fold in Janu Shirsasana. Lengthen with an inhale, forward fold with an exhale. And coming back up. Bring that left sole on the outside of the right knee, grabbing onto the left knee with your right hand and twisting to the left, or you can tuck your right elbow on the outside of the left knee, looking behind you as far as you can with your eyes. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, twist just a bit more. And then inhale, let it all go, slight counter twist to the other side. Bringing your legs out in front of you for staff pose. You're going to straighten your arms out in front of you like you're a mummy or a zombie, and slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, let your back fall onto the mat. Beautiful. Bringing your knees into your chest for wind release pose. Then grab onto the outer blades of the feet if you can for a happy baby pose, Ananda Balasana. Or you can grab onto the backs of your thighs here, opening your knees out wide. If you're able to grab onto the outer blades of your feet, go ahead and grab onto your big toes with your 2-piece fingers. We're going into a reclining straddle pose. You're open your legs out straight, feet out as far as they possibly can go. Beautiful, bringing it all in. Bring the soles of your feet to the mat right beneath your hip bones so that your fingers can still graze the backs of your ankles. We're going into bridge pose here. So using an inhale, push into the mat with your heels while your hips float up to the ceiling. Take a couple of breaths here, scooching the shoulder blades close together, opening up the shoulders. If you're pretty strong in bridge pose, you can lift one leg straight up into the air, toes pointing up towards the ceiling. Bring the foot back down on the mat, lift the other leg up in the air. Hips are still up, toes pointing up at the ceiling. Bring the sole of the foot back down on the mat and slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, bring your back down to the mat. Beautiful. Grab onto your knees, bring them into your chest for wind release pose. And we're going to practice some rocking and rolling. All coming to meet in tabletop pose. Now drop the belly, lift the gaze, inhale, look up. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. Inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. 3 more like this. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round. One more, make it count. Inhale, look up. Really stretch it. Exhale, round your chin into your chest, really exaggerating that curve of the spine. Beautiful. And leaving your hips directly over your knees, you're going to walk your hands out in front of you for puppy dog pose so that your chest melts towards the mat. Energetically wrap your elbows in towards each other. That'll get a little more space across the top of your shoulders. Beautiful work. Pushing into the mat with the palms of your hands and tucking your toes, you're going to come into a downward dog. Pedaling out the feet, shaking the hips side to side. And then take baby steps up to the top of the mat for standing forward fold, Uttanasana. And slowly, to a count of 10, we're going to roll up to standing with your head being the last thing to come up. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gorgeous. Roll out your shoulders, close down the eyes, stand in mountain pose for a minute. Flutter open the eyes. We're going to move into tree pose balances now. So putting your weight into your right foot. You can lift your left foot onto the ankle or the inside of the knee or the inside of the thigh. Your hands can be in prayer at heart center. They can be open or they can be up above your head. If you have your balance and they're up above your head, you can clasp your hands together with your index fingers pointing up and lean over to the left side. Breathing into that right side body. Beautiful. Come back up to center. Don't let the left foot touch the ground. Grab your left knee and bring it into your chest for a standing wind release pose. And then using your left hand, grab the inside of your left foot. We're going into dancer pose here. So kicking out that back leg behind you, that left leg behind you. And your right hand going forward for balance. One more breath here. Beautiful. Let it all go. Shake it all out. Mountain pose, Tadasana. Close down the eyes. Beautiful. Flutter open the eyes. We're going into tree pose on the other side, so putting all of your weight into the left foot. Bring your right foot to the inside of the left ankle, or the inside of the left knee, or left thigh. Your hands can be in prayer, open, or overhead. If they're overhead, interlace the fingers with the index still pointing out, and bend over to the right side, breathing into the left side body. Gorgeous. Come back up to center. Bring your right knee into your chest. And then grab on to the arch of the foot with your right hand, kicking that leg back. Left arm goes forward for balance, dancer pose. Beautiful, letting that all go, shaking it out, mountain pose, Tadasana. Heel toe the feet about a foot or two away from each other. You're going to inhale the arms up overhead. And exhale, bring them down with force, bending the knees like you're chopping wood. Inhale, come back up to stand, bringing the arms overhead. Exhale, bring them down with force, chop the wood. Inhale, stand up, arms overhead. Exhale, chop the wood. One more, inhale, standing, arms overhead. Exhale, chop the wood. Keeping your knees bent, interlace your fingers, flipping your palms out, have them overhead. Try and keep your torso parallel to the floor, your eyes looking down at the mat. Just breathe here. And then you can bend your knees more, bringing your seat towards your heels for garland pose, Malasana. Pressing your knees out with your elbows, hands in prayer, eyes looking up. And then roll onto your back. We're going to be doing some rock and rolls here, just a little bit. Gorgeous. Moving into shoulder stand pose. lifting your hips up above you, holding them steady with your hands at your lower back, trying to bring your elbows as close in as possible. Don't twist your neck here, keep it as straight as you can. If you have plow pose in your practice, you can test that out. Beautiful. Letting go of this pose, roll your spine down to the mat, keeping your knees tucked into your chest. Let your knees fall to the right hand side for a supine twist. You can use your right hand to push your knees back into center and let your knees fall to the left side, looking over the right shoulder. You can use your left hand to push your knees back to center, and you'll straighten out your legs for corpse pose. Beautiful work today. Lay flat on your back, arms at your sides, palms facing up. Shut down the eyes and let go of any controlled breathing. Feel yourself sink into the mat and slowly scan down your body from your head to your toes, relaxing anything you discover that's tight. We'll be here for about a minute. Invite in a deep inhale. Begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, circling out the wrists and the ankles. Stretch your arms above your head and zip your legs together for a full body morning stretch. Roll over to one side and curl tightly into a fetal position. Give thanks for 3 things you're grateful for. Using your top hand, push yourself up to a comfortable seated position, eyes remaining closed if possible. Bring your hands together in prayer at heart center, and we'll seal our practice together with an Om. Deep inhale in. Om. Flutter up in the eyes. Our pranayama practice today is ujjayi breathing, or ocean breath. It is used to calm the mind, reduce anxiety, improve concentration, and regulate body temperature. We begin by bringing the awareness to the throat and partially constricting the glottis, as though you are about to fog up a mirror. Your eyes can be open or closed, but closed does help to find the correct placement. You want to compress the throat very gently and inhale. Contraction should not cause strain of any kind. If done correctly, inhalation creates something between a soft snore and a hiss, like this. Once the lungs are full, you may hold your breath for a moment at the top. Initially, you should retain the breath for 2 seconds and then increase it gradually. If you can, Draw your awareness to the third eye center during your breath retention. Keeping the constriction at the back of the throat, exhale through both nostrils while producing the same sound. The stomach or belly should be completely relaxed and distended to the maximum. This is one round of Ujjayi pranayama. Breathing should be slow, smooth, and prolonged. The abdomen and chest will expand and fall as you breathe in and out. Over time, Ujjayi breathing becomes graceful and effortless. And this is the breath you should be using while doing yoga for maximum benefits of the practice. So inhale, keeping a constriction in the back of the throat. Hold for a moment at the top. Exhale with the constriction. Let it all go. Inhale with constriction. Hold for a moment at the top. Exhale with constriction. One more round together. Inhale with constriction. Hold for a moment. Exhale with constriction through the nose. If your eyes were closed, flutter them open. Excellent work today. I'm so interested to know which object, a cup, disc, staff, or sword, that you were gifted during your meditation. Please, if you feel comfortable, comment your gift below, and I'll give you some guidance on how to apply it to your life. But if that's too much to ask, I'd like to challenge you to look up the energetic qualities of the options of the object that you were given during your meditation. Once you've discovered the metaphysical meaning behind your gift, I'd like for you to spend the next week taking note of those qualities in your life and how you're utilizing them. Is this energy draining for you or inspiring? Is it a strength already or a weakness that desires to be honed? If you enjoyed this class, let me know by clicking the thumbs up button. And if you want to keep up with these esoteric yoga sessions, be sure to subscribe to this channel for a new video every Monday at 8 a.m. If you would like to join my exclusive and free group for spiritual seekers, the link is in the description below, along with several other links of interest. Thank you so much for joining me in channeling the energy of the magician for this occult asana practice. Namaste.